Hello, in this video I want to show you how to install SQL Server for T4D version 6.3. At first I want to show you which SQL servers are supported by T4D. Then I will go with you through the installation of the SQL Server. There are two important settings during the installation: to set the correct collation and to install SQL Server in mixed mode and write down the password, as this is needed in the T4D installation later. At the end, I want to show you the installation of the SQL Server Management Studio and change the mixed mode if this was not configured during the installation. Let's start with a look into the system requirements in the T4D control release notes. Here, the supported SQL servers are listed. Version 6.3 supports SQL Server 2019, 2017, and Azure SQL. Trimble highly recommends using a full Microsoft SQL Server edition that is not subject to limits in memory capacity and more performant, standard or enterprise edition. This is particularly critical for monitoring systems with many sensors and processing engines where T4D Intermediate or T4D Advanced is used. In this video, I'll show you the download and installation of SQL Server 2019 Express, so I just Google it and go to the home page to download it. Here is the downloaded installation, so click on Opening and I selected Custom Installation and Install. I speeded up the download of the installation. Download successful. And now we can start installing SQL Server. Now we have to accept the license terms and click Next a lot of times. Here in the server configuration, the first important check has to be done, which is the collation. My collation is correct. Please check that you have here Latin General C1 AS. The next important check is to install SQL in mixed mode and specify the password for the SA account. This is used and asked for in the T4D installation later. Now I speeded up the installation and finally it's done. Now I would recommend to also install SQL Server Management Tools. Your default browser opens and you can download SQL Server Management Studio. This is important for doing database backups. Here you only have to click Install and Management Studio is installed. User interaction is not required, and after some minutes the setup is completed. Now you can open SQL Server Management Studio and connect to your database. Therefore, you can either use your Windows authentication if defined, or log in with the SQL Server authentication and the SA user and password defined in the installation. Changing the mixed mode can also be done here in the properties and then going to security, selecting here SQL Server and Windows authentication mode. Changing this will add a new user in your security logins SA, and here in the properties you can define the password of the SA user. This password has to be entered during the installation of Trimble 4D control.